Okay, hello everybody, this is a Chevy 350 and wanted to take a quick minute to outline or trace a source of an oil leak. I've been trying to track it down now for several weeks, and this is just a top shot. I've replaced my valve cover. This is a Mr. Gasket, chrome plated. Did a new gasket. Velcro, and then used Permatex RTV black all the way around. Need to get another breather cap and whatnot, but at any rate, I'm going to get underneath. Originally, when I started this project, and by that I mean I've also changed the oil pan and its gasket and whatnot. I've lifted this pan cover off, valve cover off, scraped it, cleaned it, new gasket, Permatexed it, did everything except change. Now I got a mismatch, but whatever, as long as it don't leak, I'll be alright with it. For quite a while now, and it's getting better, I've been tracking the source of this leak. It used to leak on my the source, or I guess the end drip spot, was actually on my passenger side or directly beneath my transmission bell housing. You can see a lot of this oil gathering here. So this was one place where oil would gather and spill and pool down below. Also, it would gather here, would gather and pool up here and here, and this is kind of got some, I've cleaned it. But anyway, point of my story is, even though my oil was on my passenger side, the source of the leak was actually on the driver's side. I'm going to roll over there in a second and we'll get a good look at where it was coming from and how it got to here, because it took that oil leak, source of the leak took more of a zigzag kind of pattern to get to this side. So I'm just documenting it and also putting it out there in case anybody else struggling with an oil leak on their Chevy 350. Mine happens to be a 1976. She's bolted to a 91 Jeep Wrangler YJ. And she runs great, except for the drip switch, which I hope, with the addition of my recently installed cover. Oh, I forgot a flashlight, guys. Of course. Don't mind the mess. There it is. Okay. Blue tarp. Okay. Let me eyeball it. Okay, so now I'm underneath driver's side. I can see it, but you'll see a drop of oil, some that's gathered on that wire, that spark plug wire. Okay. No oil on this exhaust manifold, but it does somehow get up onto passenger side exhaust manifold. That's where it burns off from. But check it out. If you look above to where my silver new pan meets the motor block, orange, you'll see my new gasket sticking out of there. That's good. Where it was leaking from was actually this valve cover, the seal on and around the dipstick. And what I believe was happening is it was trickling out again along the side underneath, And there's a little rim, like the underside of that valve cover gasket, or valve cover. There's a little bead or a little gully, sort of, that's upside down. And there was some oil that was leaking out. It's directly above the spark plug. And if you look, you see above the spark plug, you see a lot of moisture, some discoloration. There's some more oil. Okay, so the source of the source of the leak was this valve cover. So it was dripping down, it was coming down, especially this cable, and it was, anyway, where it started from, I mean, was the dipstick, and then it kind of trickled down slowly, and then it gathered, kept trickling. Okay, source of my light, a lot of oil there. And then it would drip down onto, okay, it would follow this engine block, orange, and then it would actually drip down onto bell housing, which is here, but kind of see between the pipes where it would drip down onto the silver bell housing. Would get on the inside of the bell housing where the flywheel is turning. Okay, it's turning towards camera left when the motor is running, thus flinging oil up this way up to the underside of this motor and the passenger backside, the exhaust manifold. It would drip back down if it wasn't burning